being able to work with Darren this year and covering our league and listen to the show a little bit too. It's nice to get on with you guys.
Obviously, it's an exciting time, Brad. You just got through your first round series with the Wellesley Applejacks, and let's start there. This was a 4 versus 5 matchup. You guys had home ice in that series. I don't think anybody expected it would be a 4-game series. However, that's the way hockey goes sometimes, and you guys were able to get through it and beat the Applejacks in 4 games. How pleased, obviously, are you to get through it quickly and have a little bit of time to heal up?
Yeah, it's always a treat. Our league's very competitive. We found this year it was pretty much any night anybody could win type of atmosphere, and it was definitely a good treat to get into that series. We knew it was going to be a tough go, and it was a lot of fun to know that the guys came together here. We bought into what we needed to do and got the results that were required. And like I said, it could have went either way in a couple of the games. I know the one went to overtime, and they were all pretty close games except for maybe one there. And it was really good to see, and it's nice to have a little bit of a break this time of year, getting ready for the next series.
Brad, when you go, you sweep a series, like Darren was saying, it's great because you could have the extra rest. If both teams sweep, do you just move on to the next series ahead of the other teams, or is it kind of like you have to wait a week so that your second round is with everyone else?
There's kind of the league mandates kind of a bracket of time, I guess, that basically the first round series has to be played out within 3 weeks, and nobody can start the next round until that third week of time is up, I guess. And basically, so you get a little extra break if you get done in your series early. This round obviously was that way, and we got lucky, and that's nice to have for the boys. And going in forward, though, for the rest, it's basically now all the series have to be done in 2 weeks, so it's a lot of hockey and a couple of weeks for a series now to be played out.
One of the best stories of the series, obviously, and I remember you pacing the hallways in the old Wellesley Arena before Game 2. You find out Justin Hergott is sick. Your other goaltender, Davis McLean, had a prior commitment, and you've got a kid from Major Midget, 16 years old, by the name of Kyle Curtin, and he's never played a Junior C hockey game before. He makes his Paris Mounties debut. Can you speak to what that kid did that day? Because that's something he'll never forget for the rest of his life. His Junior C debut, you guys win the game. I think it was 4-3 if I remember correctly. But he made over 30 saves, Brad. And what an incredible story and what an incredible moment for a young kid who probably didn't know 24 hours before that he's going to be getting the start in this pressure-packed situation.
Yeah, it's definitely a really cool part of the series for sure, and definitely for Kyle. A good young kid there that's a great young goaltender. He's out of the Brantford program, and we try to put our team together and build relationships to have a good kind of AP and depth chart. And when you call somebody up or want to give them the opportunity, you obviously like them to play. But being a goalie, it's sometimes hard. But for him to be able to come and be a part of us that day, and I remember walking into the room when I found out that Hergott couldn't play. You could tell there was a little bit of obviously a nervous, and probably was like, wow, this is going to happen today. So he wasn't probably expecting it, and probably didn't really do his regular routine necessarily. But the way he stepped up and had a heck of a game for us, it was unbelievable the way he played. He made a couple. I remember in the second period, he made a breakaway save, and then there was one late in the game again that he made a backdoor play that maybe kept us from winning that game there that way when he put that pad across there. And good. I can't say enough good things about the kid. He was just able to step in, not very talkative kid in the room or anything, because he's new to a situation. And
he was probably scared, Brad. He was probably scared. This is Brad Jones, by the way, the head coach of the Paris Mounties Junior C hockey team in the PJHL Doherty division. And the Mounties are getting ready for a second-round series against the Air Centennials. Let's go there, Brad. Air Paris. I don't think I need to say much more, do I?
No, it's we've had some good games this year and stuff like that. It's going to be a good series, and it's going to be good hockey for the community to come out and watch. I think both series that are left right now, there's 4 good teams that are left in the standing here in the league, and I think from here on out everything's going to be good to watch, and I think the community should come out, and you want to see some good local kids and some kids that are playing good hockey. It's going to be arenas near in Paris that you want to come out and watch.
I was there for the final game of the regular season on that Saturday night. It was Paris and Ayr. It was a terrific hockey game. And like you say, there was so many fans there that night, and it's only going to ramp up here in the next couple of weeks as this series really gets rolling. You look back on that last regular season game, Brad. You beat them in overtime. Brent Wilson scores a great, great goal to give you guys that victory. How important now, when you look back on that win, is it to get a win over Ayr at the end of the season, just to give you that little bit of confidence and momentum going into this series?
Yeah, like I said, we had close games all year with them. They're a good team. Obviously, their track record of being back-to-back multiple Cup champions is, that's made note of, obviously, and such. But it's going to be good hockey. It's good for the boys. It's good for everybody to get up to have an opportunity to play and get into these type of situations. And like I said, it's coming out, executing what we're supposed to do. And like I said, it's going to be good hockey and a good series for sure.
So that being said, Brad, what is it that you're going to tell your players coming into this series? Like, what's going to be a big motivational factor coming in here?
I think we just got to take care of ourselves, control what we can do. Obviously, we've got a dressing room of guys there that can play the game and, have been doing it for a long time, and we've worked on things together. And if we buy in and play our game, we're going to be an effective team that can come to the rink and play and compete. And I think that the whole motto of the league this year as a whole has been the team that comes and competes and works hard is usually the team that wins. And that's pretty basic to say, but it's true of what this league represents and what it's been this year.
You know what I've noticed too, Brad, especially with your hockey team, it can be anybody on any given night who turns into the hero. Obviously, Brent Wilson has scored some big goals. Tyler Kress, Benjamin Cripps, Alex Ritchie, Blake Cully. Any of these kids on any given night can be the hero, scored 2 goals. And that's important at this time of year, to have that scoring depth, whether it be your third line. Obviously, you rely a lot on your first line, but there was also a game earlier this year where Jack Deegan scored a goal, right? So when you look at your lineup, how much of a factor do you think that can be in the series, that they can't just focus on one line, they've got to think about, hey, the third line could also put the puck in the net as well?
Yeah, definitely. We got a dressing room there that's very tight-knit. The guys come together, and I've noticed, especially in the Wellesley series, that you face a lot of adversity and stuff like that, and the teams usually that win are the teams that find the way to overcome that. And this team's done well with that this year. And we got another challenge that's coming here, but there's lots of guys in our room that have the capability to step up, and we'll have balance, and hopefully, like I said, we got to come to work and compete and see how things shake out here.
I know you respect them, but it's a rivalry. It's Ayr against Paris. How intense is this going to be? We're talking about a semifinal series between two terrific hockey communities. Like you mentioned a couple of minutes ago, obviously they've won back-to-back Schmalz Cups. This is going to be fun, Brad. As simple as I can put it, this is going to be a fun series to watch.
Nail on the head. I think we're close, obviously, in just distance, obviously, and stuff like that. And it's great because the fans follow both teams very well. Both teams are well run in my eyes, obviously. It's great hockey programs coming together here. It's going to be great for the game of hockey. Like I said, I really encourage people in the community that, maybe you're not even taking an junior C game, come out and see, because, that's the big thing that I get enjoying coaching at this level is I can get the odd person to come out and say, wow, you caught your game the other night, and we saw, that's some good hockey. And that's really nice to hear that, you can come to a game for a very, reasonable price, have your family of 4 there, or, some older couples come in and, enjoy good hockey. And that's what it's going to be. It's fun to watch. It's fun to be around. It's fun to be at a rink when it's buzzing and there's things going on this time of year. And it's really good. And I think for both communities, it's going to be a great series, and it's going to be a lot of fun to be a part of for sure.
Last one, when you look at your team overall, and you're going to give me the one game at a time and one period at a time answer, because I know you a little bit, but what do you think this team can achieve based on what you've done so far this season, Brad?
Anything's possible. Like I said, it is the old cliche, you got to take it shift by shift. You can't get too ahead and you can't get too far behind. Things are going to go good and bad, and it's a part of a series, and the roller coaster effect that's there. So, like I said, just go in, enjoy it, have some fun with it, and see how things work out for sure.
Do you have the series schedule yet?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I don't officially. I've heard some rumblings, but nothing sent officially yet.
Yeah, and let's not report rumors. How about that? That's
Yeah,
that's a good policy, right?
Although in the media today, it's kind of the common practice apparently.
519 Sports Online does not report rumors.
Probably
Right?
next weekend at some point, probably. And yeah, that's probably about it for right now.
And if
then
we're-
hopefully this weekend we'll have a schedule out, I imagine.
Yeah, and if Brad doesn't have an answer, what's the answer, Brad? No comment.
Yeah.
No
that's great.
comment.
That knows me good.
Thanks for the time, Brad.
Brad, for people
Hey, guys,
listening,
take care.
Brad, for
Yep.
people listening at home, so you've got some kids who want to come watch your game. Where can they go to actually check out the schedule once it's out?
Paris Mounties have Paris Mounties website. There also is PHJ or PJHL, .com online. It has all of the schedules we'll have everything for our division. Check it out there, obviously, and hopefully, and follow Darren too if you guys get a chance. Darren does a great job covering our league on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. What else did I miss, Darren? He does a great job there for us, and he gets the word out for our league, and he does some great stuff for us for sure.
And on the radio too today, Brad.
Oh yeah, I know. Forgot that. I'll add that onto the resume.
Appreciate the time, buddy. We'll chat with you soon, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Aaron Paris in the second round. Cheers, Brad.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you.